Ray's going with him. Chaz Davies is working around the outside, and in this particular case, it looks like Kawasaki, Ducati, 1, 2, 3, 4 into turn 2.
Yeah, it looked like the two Cowies got out.
We just started the race, guys. Race 1.
Down into turn 2, himself into second position.
Laguna Seca, Monterey.
Right now, heading into
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The right-handers.
This is going to be all corkscrew action, video footage.
To the left-hand turn 5.
Here they come.
There at Leon Camier, who got an excellent start from 7th, 8th on the grid.
Sykes wasting no time trying to pass Chaz, but Chaz says nope, he gets him right back on the way up to turn 6 there.
Yep, so Sykes got the whole shot. Johnny Ray was dropped into second, but Chaz made a good move in turn 2 to get up into second position.
Here they come, guys.
To move up the hill.
2017, right here.
Tom Sykes in first. Johnny Ray in third. Go!
Very shortly. Work their way through Rainy Curve, the right-hander turn 10, the hard-braking left-hand turn number 11.
Sykes trying to
switch the lens if you
well, if Chaz and Johnny keep battling like they are, they might let Sykes pull out a gap there, and you don't want to let that guy get too far out front.
Here goes Chaz Davies into second position, wants to take up the chase on his own. There's no teammates. Yeah, they're dressed in the same colors. Yes, they ride on the same basic motorcycle, but it's every man for himself out there. Tom Sykes trying to win this one from not only his own teammate Johnny Ray, but everybody else as well.
Well, now Chaz has finally kept Johnny behind him, so let's see if he can put his head down and try to reel in some of this gap that Sykes pulled out on the first lap.
One thing that Jonathan Ray has demonstrated, Johnny Ray has demonstrated is patience. You know, if he's not able to get away right at the very beginning of the race, he's shown the ability to be patient enough. He knows he's got the pace.
Tom Sykes again, Johnny Ray same position. Awesome.
Yeah, he's starting to reel in that little bit of the gap.
FM radio, Bluetooth.
Once they let Chaz go, but they're starting to settle in a little bit more. Maybe they're starting to think about a little bit of tire conservation now that there's 24 laps to go. They don't want to shut those tires too thin.
We always talk about that, but how actively can you, quote, conserve your tires really? I mean, doesn't the pace of the race kind of dictate that? But indeed, some riders seem to be better at it than others.
Yeah, I mean,
there's 2 settings, so that's
going to play a part eventually in this race. I mean,
so you can just switch between,
you want to get out front.
If you're just
riding on the road recording, that tire and then have everyone
save yourself against
about midway through the race.
Yeah.
We'll be charting the progress of American Jake Gagne as well. He is currently in 19th position, but we know that certainly his intention is to move up. His teammate Stefan Rottle is 2 positions further forward. So not a lot of difference between the veteran Rottle and the World Superbike rookie Jake Gagne from California.
Yes, I think
so. Looks like Chaz is putting his head down. He's starting to reel in Tom a little bit there. He's slowly getting away from Johnny, and then a little bit further back, we got Melandri in the port.
All right, Sykes, Chaz.
Vandermark, Krummenacher, DeAngelis, DeRosa rounding out the top 15.
Jake
Rottle, Badavini, Gagne, and sorry, Jesse.
Yeah, that's a pretty good train right there. Really is. Ducati, it's quite a little bit different mix there.
And interestingly enough, 3 brands that aren't prominent in our American championship.
Excuse me, sir.
Are the dominating
is recording
in this race with
Sorry
Ducatis, Kawasaki's, etc., Aprilias, and the MV.
It's gonna be on YouTube later.
So our top 3 riders into the 23s are just starting to put a little gap on Melandri. Melandri's a little bit in no man's land, we call it.
You know, John Ray just did the fastest lap of the race, topping Chaz Davies with a 23.533. So that's where the gap opened up. Melandri 24.0, so he was a half second slower on that lap, and that's what caused the gap to open up. Davis looking good. All 3 of our leaders, and we've seen this movie so many times this season. The 2 Kawasaki's and Chaz Davies occasionally going.
All right, Tom Sykes, Chaz, and Jonathan Ray.
start from his outside front row position, swept across into turn number 1 to get the whole shot, and he has continued to keep his head down and try to open a gap, try to escape here in this early part of the race. The years that I worked with Freddie Spencer, and I've told this story before, he always said that he tried to divide a race into 3 parts. The first third of the race, so to speak, you push, you try to get away. If that doesn't work, you settle in that middle third and sort of assess your resources. How tired are you? How's your suspension working? Is the bike getting better? The fuel load going down? You know, put all those things into the bucket and see what you got. And then the last third of the race, push again to try to make the win.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, you
I got
never want to get into a panic situation.
yesterday.
So for Chaz, you want to get around Johnny. You want to get up there with Sykes and not let him get too far out front and get too comfortable in the lead. Because if you give that guy enough margin, he's going to walk away and win.
1080p, 30 frames per
They're pretty
second.
much together. The small gap separating the leader 0.4 of a second to second place, Chaz Davies.
Let's go!
If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, kind of from the corkscrew down to the finish line here, and he's able to close the gap. This time, not so much.
Yeah, Chaz looks like he's doing a lot of his heavy work on the brakes. I mean, the Cowies obviously are strong off the corner, but he starts making it back up like here into turn 2. It's like that rubber band effect. He's just closing back in on the leader, and then he kind of does the opposite once they get out of the corner.
Yep, here goes Sykes again, accelerating off the corner there, turn 4 and now 5. 3 and then 4 now there. Now they'll go to the left-hand turn 5. They go roaring past our position over here outside the turn 4 grandstands. Chaz Davies closing it up, all acceleration up the hill. Here's a replay of the start. Synchronized starting team on the front row there. But the 2 Kawasaki seem to launch just a little bit better. Here we go back to the second row. And
Mercado looked like he got a great jump there, but then
Let's go, Tom. Oh! Come on, Ray. Focus.
In store for you in our Motul Superbike Bizarre Stock 1000 class too, with special livery. I'll just leave that hint with you. Sykes, Davis, Ray, Melandri all alone. He is about almost 2 seconds behind Johnny Ray, and he's 5 seconds in front of Eugene Laverty. So we've used the expression, for those of you that are old enough to remember the lonely Maytag repairman commercials. That's where Melandri's at right now.
No problem. Have a good one.
All by himself.
This last lap was the first time our leaders have been out of the 23 range, so things are finally starting to shape up. They're all
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Their rhythm.
It's going to be on YouTube later.
You could say off those Pirelli tires, and now they're just kind of setting into the rhythm and seeing where they can go from here.
Yeah, well, they're getting towards that middle third, figuratively speaking, of the race, where they're settling in. They're assessing the situation. They're finding out, you know, now they've got a good idea of how well the bike is working, how well they're
Let's go, Tom. Let's go, Ray.
the motorcycles, etc. Now they're just sort of driving. So for Alex Marlowe, we'll have another chance tomorrow.
Well, good to see him up and okay. Turn 5 is a pretty fast spot on this racetrack to go down, and could have been a lot worse. It looked all right.
Yeah, it could have been worse. It could have happened to me.
Sure, you probably wouldn't bounce back.
No, not in my my polyester shirt.
Andrew!
Thank goodness
What's up,
for
man?
the protective gear that these guys wear. They're able to do that kind of thing, you know, and rise to fight another day. So here we are again, our 3 leaders: 24-2, 24-3, 24-2, 24-2. So it's not so much Melandri matching their paces; they have kind of fallen. Oh, look at Johnny Ray left foot off the peg coming down the corkscrew. He's not perhaps quite as relaxed and at ease as it might appear. He's pushing hard.
Yeah, all these guys are pushing super hard, but it looks like Johnny's kind of maybe, I mean, that was a pretty big moment, but I'm sure he'll forget about that and move on, and he just kind of looks like he's in the catbird seat right now watching his teammate Chaz out front.
Yeah, Johnny Ray certainly panicked.
That's what I'm talking about. Back up unless they all start slowing each other down.
Yeah, there's just too much real estate in between the three leaders and Marco Melandri. And as I said, it isn't so much that he's matching their pace. They have fallen back to his pace. They were able to go just a little quicker in those opening laps than Melandri. And that rubber band indeed stretched. Well, it's not quite broken, but it's certainly at the limit right now. He's going to have a hard time catching up unless, as you say, they start fighting each other a little bit.
Right. Well, you can see that on the lap times anyway, Melandri, the last one in the 24s, where everyone from 5th place back, Laverty, Torres, Kimier, they're all starting to dip into the 25s now.
Yeah.
So it's all attrition and bike setup now.
Yeah, Jake Gagne is about a half second behind his teammate Stefan Bradl and has moved up to 17th position now. So the two Hondas, the two Red Bull Hondas battling outside the points at the moment. But for Jake Gagne, you've got to consider
Right in that gap now.
soon to be 16. Outside like that. Here he might be lining up on the brakes when it comes to trying to get around him. So Eugene Laverty with the bright green helmet and boots holds on to the number 5 spot.
So our leading bunch in the low 24 bracket, Melandri slowly starting to fall off the pace a little bit. It was a 1.9 second gap to the leader, and now it's up to 2.8. So unfortunately, he's kind of losing touch with those guys, but he's got a pretty healthy margin over 5th place Eugene Laverty at the moment.
Well, they're really close together, the three leaders now. As close, if not closer, than they've been all race long. They were spread out a little bit more before, 4/10 of a second each. The last time by, it was 3/10 and 5/10. I guarantee they're much closer than that right now. In fact, a tenth, and then 2/10 on our splits. This is a great new, I'm not and indeed,
That's just a wide gap right there.
Second, the biggest group on the track, Vandermark by himself, DeRosa by himself in 12th. DeAngelis, Ramos, Bradl, Gagne, and Krummenacher form a group from 13th back to 17th position.
Good look at Claudio Domenicali, got his PTO, looking anxiously at his rider, Chaz Davies, sitting there in a close second place.
Yeah, and Chaz, too, is able to demonstrate the kind of patience, you know. He sizes up the opposition, and when he pulls the trigger, it's usually like a sniper shot, you know, once and done. You know, Johnny Ray and Tom Sykes, of course, are always in a position to try to fight back, but quite often when Chaz figures that he's here, there's a good shot of Jake Gagne, just behind his teammate Stefan Bradl and just ahead of Randy Krummenacher, fellow World Superbike rookie.
Yeah, looking good for Gagne.
Let's go, Tom.
Now he's
Now, well, we had a crash. They picked up a spot.
passes while this yellow is waving.
What time?
Down into turn number 2. Now they'll see those waving yellow flags and hold station. The rule is you can't, if there's a waving yellow flag, you cannot pass. That, of course, bit Danny Eslick last year when he won, but was docked a couple of spots for having passed under yellow.
I know
Chaz getting lit up just a little bit coming out of 3 there. Showed a little wiggle, but didn't really lose any time on it.
The electronics are so much quicker. It's hard to catch that when you're with your analog right wrist. But those electronics on the bikes tend to catch those potential high sides there.
It's been really interesting watching Chaz in 5 and 6. It seems like he reels goes. Yeah, he reels in what he was lacking going into 5, and then he gets
there he goes.
We're here. First pass.
Oh, come on!
Right around Sykes, so boy, Sykes got spooked a little bit by Chaz. Johnny Ray and here we are at right now. Here's another look at it from the seat of Johnny Ray.
Yeah, that was a great there by Chaz. Got the drive on 5, carried that.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Got the run up on Sykes going into the Corkscrew.
The braking change.
Got it in there, held his line, kind of pushed Sykes out, and that's where Johnny wanted to capitalize and get past his teammate as well.
Well, we watched 2 different lines between Chaz Davies and Tom Sykes up there at the top of the hill, and Chaz has had that more of a square it off kind of style, and it worked this time to perfection.
Well, that big V-twin and that Ducati, I mean, I feel like the point and shoot style is kind of what he's got to do to maximize the power in the way that Ducati makes power.
And he's opened up a half, almost, it's a 0.6 of a second lead now, Chaz Davies, over Johnny Ray. Tom Sykes, 0.2 of a second
come on.
back. And he's opened the gap now. Remember, this is the guy that got run over. But it obviously
Yeah, I mean, he was in Misano and he can win these races, so if he can get out front and go, he's going to do it, and that's exactly what he's doing right now. He's back into the low 24s, and Johnny has answered, and he's in 24.3s, so the only guy we see slowing down just a hair is Sykes, so hopefully he can get his act together and stay with these leading 2.
Yeah, Chaz seems to be just nibbling a 1/10 of a second here and there, but now Johnny Ray knows what he's got to do, and that's try to match the pace and make up those 1/10 of a second. 6/10 of a second ahead, Davis ahead of Ray, 7/10 of a second. Now it's gone to 0.5 and 0.9. So Johnny Ray's moving forward. Tom Sykes is not gaining ground at all.
Here's a good grip before Torres, Mercado, Savadori, and Vandermark all going.
Oh, he's wide.
Gonna get him right here.
Like what TV guys do when he breathes off. And then they know when to cut right back because here's Johnny Ray.
It doesn't look like that. When you're on the track. It's scary when you're on the track.
Slowed down ever so slightly. Johnny Ray in second position.
Yeah, it looked like it might have happened as Jeff there was going to the Corkscrew third segment. Chaz gets a little hot, backs it in just a little too much, and it kind of gets the bike unsettled. He's got a very wide line there. Lucky to keep it on track, but that totally gave the advantage back to Ray and he closed the gap.
Yeah, and looking at that replay again, great. It is a beautiful livery. Not only the bike, but the leathers. They've put together a different scheme here in the red, white, and green. But That gave Johnny Ray a little bit of a sniff there, but now Chaz Davies has put his head down, gone back to work. He's opened the gap back up to 0.3 of a second, and 0.7 ahead of Sykes is Johnny Ray.
Let's go, Ray.
Great, it's working for him, right? And then they're just a little too hot. It's really easy for him to actually ride on it.
11 laps to go as we wind our trail way well into the second half of the race. Every now and then, I don't know exactly where there might be one where they can get a glimpse. Behind him because of the pit board, and he knows what's going on in front of him. Clean, clear track. Not enough. It doesn't look like there's going to be any danger of coming into any traffic anytime soon. The 20th place rider, Jakob Schmerz, is 37 seconds behind the leader, which means he's, 40 to 50 seconds in front.
Should be done with the race.
Torres looking strong on the BMW there. I mean, the bike, obviously a handful. You can see him every time he comes out of the corner. That thing is wagging its tail, but I think he's used to it. He's been on the bike for a few seasons now and looking strong.
Battle of 7th through 10th. Torres, Mercado, Salvadori. Michael Van der Mark. Through 10th. DeRosa by himself in 11th. Ramos throttled the end. Krummenacher alone, Battavini alone.
Yeah, here's a good shot of Melandri.
Seconds behind Tom Sykes. I'm sorry, behind the leader. Behind Sykes and 6 seconds ahead of Javi Flores. So it is Marco Melandri, the lonely man out there right now in the number 33 Aruba.IT Ducati.
And from experience, that's the hardest race to be in when you're just kind of by yourself. I mean, you've got nobody to latch on in front of you anymore, and then you're just worried about slowing your pace so much that maybe people start catching you from behind. So you got to stay focused, but the race takes a lot of attrition when you're just by yourself cranking those laps out.
9 laps to go. As they climb the hill, it'll be 8 when they come down the other side to the finish line. Chaz Davies, Johnny Ray, that time it was even more obvious.
Back it in style, and then I think he squares it up. Right, work for him, but Johnny's got that little bit different style.
Where does Johnny Ray feel like he has an opportunity? Behind his teammate Johnny Ray.
That opportunity to just easily cruise up the inside. So he's making that Ducati stick. He's getting it right down on the bottom going in. It's not giving Johnny a good shot at passing him.
On my bright light video.
I think he's just sitting there kind of sizing him up and
21 hours ago I uploaded.
There's only 8 laps to go here, and he's a pretty smart rider.
Well, we know they can go 23s. Can they go 23s on tires that are, at this point, 17 laps old? I don't know. It's 8 laps to go right now. It'll be 7 when they come down the hill.
It's going to be tough, but they're still cranking out.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Wow, that was a bold, pretty bold move.
He's going to get him on his next lap.
Trying to finish it.
That's a great move, though. Your tendency is to want to the bottom. There's a little positive camber down there that you don't think
Laguna Seca racetrack. The Geico U.S. round. Now turning the match race. That can be just as fascinating as if it was a 10-rider battle in a way. Man to man, right now, toe-to-toe, heavyweight title fight.
It's kind of fun to watch. I mean, Chaz will crank out a low 24, Ray's right there with him cranking out a low 24. And then this last lap, they're kind of mid to high 24s, and that's exactly where Ray was too. So, you know, I think he's just trying to stay close, not show his cards yet, and wait for the laps to tick down just a little bit more.
Yeah, they're the only two in the 1 minute 24 range right now. Everybody else 25. There are 5 riders together now. They're all staying right together. That's not over back there for Jake Gagne. On the way ahead of the Angeles, so now Gagne 2 positions behind his teammates still in the point. And here's Tom Sykes, pitboard guy. They're urging him on, but it's going to be too little too late at this point.
Race right there. Too much that Ray can't catch him still.
Here's Torres, Mercado, still leading this little parade of 4 riders. 7, 8, 9, and 10th positions.
Well, we know that the fuel loads are getting light, but the tires are getting kind of loose. So, I mean, this is going to be tough for these riders. This is where you start getting a little bit tired, but if you have somebody in front of you, you're not going to be thinking about tires. You're going to be thinking about how you're going to get around this guy.
Yep.
Yeah, this is when you have to dig deep.
Let's go, let's go, let's
These
go.
guys are so fit. You know, they're so to speak, the human we're talking about. And in fact, they only hold about fuel
Yeah, I think almost all these bikes have larger fuel tanks.
Again, this is now the battle between Javi Flores and Leon Camier. That is 5 and 6. I
don't know if you can see that when the camera zooms in a little bit closer on the side of Camio's bike.
Yeah, we love you, Nicky Cars, you know, just everywhere. They're everywhere. He was so universally loved by all members of the motorsports community that you know, those tributes are many and varied. 5 laps to go right now, coming up on 4. Yeah, this is Javi Flores on the number 12 machine. That's the Aprilia, Milwaukee Aprilia, and Leon Camier on the only. Marco Landry, right now, he is 6.5 seconds behind Tom Sykes. He is 6 seconds ahead of Morris.
That no man's land in the race.
24.5 for Davis. Tom Sykes just barely in the 24s with a 24.9. Chaz Davies and Johnny Ray. On board with Davis with that camera looking right in his face.
Start catching Chaz in the last few laps of this race.
Top of the corkscrew again. Now a half second consistently for the last 2 splits. A half-second lead for Chaz Davies. And that's right at the point where it can go either way. It can go up, it can go down.
It's tough because I'm sure that Ray's seeing that he's not really closing the gap, so you kind of get a little panic going on sitting back there in second. I've got to catch this guy, and then Sometimes you might start making mistakes trying to catch the guy.
Yeah, coming up on 3 laps to go, and laps are definitely winding down right now. Another 4 minutes. Sector 4. So he's holding steady out for the moment, but Ray could be kind of gathering himself. Little hitch there coming off the last turn on the gas. Now
physically standing the bike up onto the fat part of the tire, trying to get as much traction as they can when they come out of turn 11. That tight up onto the meat.
identical lap times again, or nearly so. 2,000. He is definitely now. Oh, I saw the red Ducati, and not sure he's no, this is Marco Melandri we're watching now. Again, 8 seconds behind Tom Sykes, 5.6 seconds ahead of Javi Forrest and Leon Camier. They are gaining on him, but he has nothing to worry about with 3 laps to go right now, coming up on 2 when the leaders cross the line. 2 laps remaining for the leaders shortly. Again, a look into the garage. All the brain trust.
And the Ducati pits right now.
Nobody wants to smile yet.
Yeah.
No, they will if he crosses the line in first. What a great comeback. After having been run over by a Kawasaki at Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca. This is a track that Chaz Davies likes very much. He's raced here quite a few times on lots of different motorcycles. On a 250 years ago, I want to say, a 600, he raced on an Aprilia. Here he comes, 2 laps to go across the stripe. Chaz Davies with his biggest lead right now.
Tommy Forrest here.
Yep, there's Forrest.
But it looks like that last lap, Chaz pulled out another 10 on Johnny. Panic time for Johnny. Johnny's really going to have to put a shot at winning this race.
Now we're looking into the face of Chaz Davies, and again, here's the gap. Johnny Ray, you know, the console, we know how badly he wants to win races. That is a given. You know, the best ones hate to lose, and Jonathan Ray will hate to lose this race. But the fact is, he's got 111 points, man. To win this battle, Johnny Ray's got to win.
Yeah.
Davis has got nothing to lose. Win races, period, end of story. That's his only job.
Yeah, exactly. But Johnny's doing what he has for one place, but of course he has holding his front down right now.
Yeah, coming up on 1 lap to go. White flag will be waving at the start-finish line. It is the final lap. Barring a major disaster at this point, well, it wouldn't take much of a disaster, but with a 7/10 of a second lead, maintained right now, it's going to be difficult, if not impossible, for Johnny Ray up to take it up back to 23. And on this last lap, I don't think that's going to happen. He won't take the risk necessary to try to win unless he can capitalize on the mistake by this man, number 7, Chaz Davies of the Aruba.IT factory Ducati team.
That's the strongest part of the racetrack, hitting up to the 5, 6, up to the corkscrew, and it looks like he's got this one in the bag.
Well, again, you know, as long as he doesn't, he had to have seen his lap board with a plus 0.5 at least on it.
Wiggling a little bit. Got this one under control. Johnny's just going to have to settle for second. I think there's no, not enough room there to try to make a dive pass under 11. So, Johnny's out there with the spirit for him, man. Chaz Davies. Here he comes. Out of the front wheel
just a little bit. Chaz Davies off the deck and on to the top step of the podium here. Now the smiles for Chaz Davies. The only 3rd place finish at but valuable championship points. Marco Melandri brings it home. Javi Flores and Leon Camier, their little battle kind of separated itself. That's going to be 56. Here he is on the number 8.
Chaz Davies took first. Johnny Ray
Michael
second.
Vandermark
And
moved
Tom
forward in
Sykes
that group to finish
third.
8. Mercado and Savadori coming out of Pole 1, round up to the top 10. And then it's going to be Stefan Bratl who moved forward in the last time around. We'll see if he holds it on. Yes, he does. Ahead of Roman Ramos, DeRosa, DeAngelis, and Jake Gagne scores a point in his World Superbike debut.
Good job, Jake.
Yeah, he's got to be happy about that one. That was awesome. I mean, he had a great race there with his teammate and a couple other guys. So those are big names. That's good for his confidence. And hopefully he learns some stuff this race, and they can go back and make that bike better for tomorrow.
For the record, Badovini, Ayrton Badovini in 16th position, Randy Krummenacher, World Superbike rookie 17th, Jakob Schmerz in 18th position, and here's Chaz Davies. He's wanting somebody to bring a flag or some sort of celebratory item over to him at trackside, and Chaz Davies right out here in front of us somewhere, right?
Yeah, he's right here in front of us in turn 4. It looks like I think he had to shut the motorcycle off. It might be a little hot.
In any case, next up is going to be our podium celebration for the Geico U.S. round of Moto World Superbike. I've got to head that way. You guys enjoy it from up here in the booth. And those of you that can, join us for the podium celebration down at the start-finish line.
Way to go, Jake!
All right, the illustrious Brian Drever makes his way down to the podium. Chaz Davies getting Chaz Davies with his Nicky flag. Sure he's up-rolled properly.